Now I'm coming back here, yo. I already published my review for the haves and the have-nots, and episode 19. But when I'm replaying it, or I'm seeing it, it says 25 minutes on it, but it only goes up to 16 minutes, and I'm like, so I deleted it, reloaded it. Same thing, it's saying 25 minutes. I'm sitting there going to the end of it and stopping right at that same spot at 16 minutes. So I don't know what it is that I did with that video. This first one is even, I've had the little Bruce Lee thing going on where I'm talking, lips are here, lips are there, but I mean, it's like, and then and then all you see me hear is these words talking, but then they ain't coincide with the way my lips are moving. Like I mean, like you definitely looking at a Chinese movie or something like that. But I don't know. So I'm gonna redo the review again, especially since after I was so disappointed with Greenleaf's episode 10. I felt like it had no action to it at all. But let's get started with the review on Love and Hip Hop season 10. Let me see, season 4, episode 19. And all right, so in this episode, it started back up to where it left off last week, and that's with Mitch sitting there talking to Candace. And one of the things I was trying to reiterate was, y'all know I love Candace. She's my bitch. I tell you, she has a whole bunch of shit with her, but I love her because she doesn't get frazzled if a plan doesn't, if her plan is altered. She'll come up with plan B, C, D, E, and F, or G, or whatever she has to make sure that she keeps it moving. She doesn't get thrown off. Like Benny, he wouldn't know what to do. Jeffrey wouldn't know what to do. I mean, certain people on this show, when they get thrown off, they unhinge. They follow a script, and if something's going off different from that script, they don't know how to handle it. But Candace will be shook, but she still will handle her business. But so Mitch was in there and said, well, and she said, what you doing here? She's like, well, did you hear about war? It's the same thing that happened at the end of that last episode, but they just had to go through it again. She said, Mitch, please don't tell me that you had anything. He said, Candace, you know. I mean, I couldn't sit there and let him see what he was doing to you and violating you like that, girl. She said, well, Mitch, me and you ain't even been together for a minute. And he said, well, he said, well, look, they found some coke in his backseat and they found $2 million in his car. She said, so you don't got to worry about him no more. She's like, man, you don't understand. He said, but you ain't telling me what's going on, Candace. What you want to talk to me? I told you about I haven't told you everything about my family. And instead of Candace listening to what he's saying, because number one, Candace, you right. He doesn't have to be out of jail to sit there and get his phone call and say, kill that motherfucking bitch, Candace. This is where you'll find her at. So you need to find out what he did, how he did it, can he undo it, and all the shit that you need to find out. Listen to him. But you so pressed about finding out what Oscar's doing over there in that building, and that you ain't even trying to hear what Mitch is trying to tell you, bitch. And this is a bigger problem right now than what you even sitting in that car for. Yeah, you trying to get that motherfucking money back, bitch, but your whole plan is going to take a minute and some time, boo. And this man is getting ready. He's in jail right now, probably making phone calls saying, kill that motherfucking bitch. But she sit there and told him to go on, and then David shows up. And so she said, what's he coming here for? And so then she's like, Mitch, let me handle this, and please let me. He said, all right, I'll do that. And so he bounces on her way. So Candace is now figuring out that David is the one that was working with Oscar. And she was like, fuck, man, that was him. Now, Erica or Keisha, is it Keisha? I think it's Keisha. Erica's the other, on the other show. I don't know. But anyway, Keisha, yeah, the power is Eric. No, Keisha sitting there saying, now that's her ride or die bitch. And I fucks with her. She's her ride or die bitch. And she ready to go over there and just start it up. But see, that ain't gonna help out no motherfucking shit. Even with both of them being there. They gonna sit there and set up David. But, y'all, I don't know if that's gonna work. Because I don't take nothing away from Keisha's motherfucking goddamn skills. Because that bitch right now has the motherfucking white hope. It look like Colonel Sanders motherfucking eating off her motherfucking fingers. But David, even though he was with Maggie, y'all know how long it took him before he would even sit there and kiss motherfucking Maggie? And before he fucked her? It took him forever to even fuck around on Veronica. Now, I'm not saying he's not done with Veronica, but I don't see him going for that young type that he's going to be able to be seduced by Erica. Or Keisha, or whatever the fuck her name is. I don't see that. I don't see that at all, period. And so, I mean, I don't know where they're going to go with this, but that's what their plan is that she's going to be able to set them up. So, Hannah, I'm getting tired of Catherine being in the bed and acting like she's some fucking victim. Bitch, get your fucking fat white ass up and go see your motherfucking son in the hospital so he can know that you motherfucking there and that you care. And when he opens up his eyes, he can see his mama, who supposedly loves him so fucking much, and see that she's there saying, yeah, baby, I'm right here. Come on back to me. I love you. That little fucking phone call when she asked Hannah to put the phone up to his motherfucking ear, bitch, that don't do no motherfucking goddamn shit. What's wrong with you, bitch? He wants to sit there and feel your hand, hear you. I mean, Jeffrey came in and gave your son more motherfucking love. Everybody's giving you, but I can't see him until he wakes up, bitch. Just get your fat ass. You ain't crying. The fucking fake ass motherfucking tear. Get your fat ass up and go to that fucking hospital, bitch. I can't take it. I mean, she's just pissing me the fuck off. And, and David tells Jim why he's still alive, so he's a happy camper. But Catherine's like, Hannah, can you put the phone up to his ear? Why, baby? Why, baby? I know I'm not mad at you. Bitch, that's something that you don't sit there. You think he's gonna hear you through the fucking phone. That bitch is the worst. Bitch, I don't even know if I'm glad that Wise Gary come back, bitch, because you were just a sad excuse from mama. You are you got a chance that your son is still alive, bitch. How many people can sit there and say that we thought your son was there, but he's still alive, and you ain't gonna go down and see your baby? What? Am I missing something, y'all? Am I wrong for feeling the way that I'm feeling about her? And I mean, and y'all know how I feel about Hannah. Hannah is not my favorite person with her little churchy God and preaching and telling people this and telling her that, and her motherfucking funny acting ways, especially towards her daughter. I don't care what nobody else says and what y'all's relationship is between each other. That's your fucking daughter, and you should not sit there and turn your back on your daughter, and you supposedly be a God-fearing Christian girl. For real? And you telling everybody else how they supposed to be living their life, bitch, and you can't even forgive your daughter? I don't care how evil she is. Bitch, that's your daughter. These little lines that Tyler's sitting there go, I can't go with it, Tyler. I'm sorry, I can't go with it. But anyway, she redeemed herself when Jeffrey came in. And Jeffrey, you make us just look so fucking bad, Jeffrey. I'm sorry. Bitch, you just make us look so fucking goddamn bad, because I can't ever tell if you gonna be strong, if you gonna be motherfucking weak, and these motherfucking guys, you just go back and forth, and I can't get with you, Jeffrey. I can't. And she's like, Jeffrey, she said, what happened between you and your mom can't happen again, but you don't feel sorry. I mean, she said, when she was talking to you the way she was talking to you, all I could do was just pray. Bitch, you didn't close your eyes not one little minute. Why would you even say that you was praying during that whole period of time? Don't sit there and just say something because it sounds good because you're trying to claim that you're a Christian. Okay, I mean that's the reason why don't exaggerate the whole situation. But she tried to encourage, and he said, "Well, Hannah, I'm gay." And she said, "Well, what? I'm not supposed to look. I'm supposed to look at you differently. I'm not supposed to, care about you, or I wouldn't want to be, for you to be able to call me or whatever because you gay." She said, child, Jesus loves everybody for who they are, and there is no way in the world that Jesus liked the way that your mother was talking to, and when she was encouraging him, I said he needs to have somebody who is not going to just downgrade him all the time about how he's feeling. But Jeffrey, come on now, man. You have been loving Wyatt for years. Nigga, you have known something has not been right. Everybody has known them stories, because I know in my last little talk that I had with y'all that I went way overboard. I told you about Dennis Kent. Dennis Kent, I was crazy about. I was 18 and he was 33, and he was working for corporate law firms, but he lived in my building, and I was selling weed to him. But I was crazy about me some Dennis Kent. I was crazy, but he would not fuck with me at all, period. And later on, he told me he wouldn't fuck with me because I was too young and I didn't know what I fucking wanted. But then I learned that the reason why he would not fuck with me was because he was sick. And I believe he knew he was sick, and that's the reason why he would not mess with me. But I know the feeling of having a crush on somebody, and you ain't even ever had sex with them, but you in love with them. You fall in love with them, and you make yourself even not think that you're in love with them, and that's what Wyatt is. Wyatt, Jeffrey, even though Wyatt has never even touched him, or they didn't even have like accidental touch or whatever to where he can be confused. And Wyatt has told him over and over again, I know you like my motherfucking ass. But Jeffrey didn't like him. Jeffrey was in love with him. And to lose him, or thought he lost him, he just was tilt boom and stabbed his mom in the chest because she was talking all that shit right at the time that he's grieving his friend. The person he was in, not just his friend, his love. And he go up in the room. He said, why'd you even do this? He said, man, don't you know how much I love you? And I'm like, yeah, talk him up out of here. Talk him back, Jeffrey. That's his mama should be doing this, but go ahead and talk him back. So he laying down on him, and who in the world would show up but the devil herself? And she's like, Oh, look at you sitting there by your man's side. He said, Mom, and she was like, He said, you stabbed me in the chest. He said, I know, I'm sorry. She said, you stabbed me in the chest. She said, and you're more concerned about your man than you are about me. He said, you still walking, ain't you? Bitch, fuck you. Don't make me have to come back up out of my shell. And you know what? And so she's sitting there trying to walk past him to go like she gonna go, console. Go up to Wyatt and just say me like look at, and Jeffrey stepping in front of her path and was like, no, bitch. This is the whole look that he had, that crazy look, like, She said, I see that crazy look in your eye again. He said, I'm glad you recognize it. But I see, this is the part that I don't get, y'all. When enough is enough, I thought Jeffrey's going to be able to hold his ground. But this is what, Veronica does. She said, you know what, I got just so much going on right now. She said, and I'm having to deal with different things. I got this trial coming up because you're supposed to be testifying against me, and I'm gonna represent myself. I'm gonna beat it, but we're gonna have the engagement dinner tomorrow. He said, I done told you I'm not coming. She said, boy, you know I love you more than anything, but I love you enough to tell you, if you are not at that dinner table tomorrow, then you think that beating that Quincy gave you is going to be anything? You ain't even going to be ready for what you going to feel. Now, bitch, this bitch is sitting there threatening him once again. She said, and if you're not there, I'm sending the police over to Candace's house. But, yo, this is the part that I don't understand. And maybe Candace is just not even thinking. Once Veronica threw that shit down on the motherfucking goddamn on the floor, nobody knows that he's buried in the motherfucking backyard. Nobody would even sit there and even think that that's where he is. But let me tell y'all this. Why don't she just remove that motherfucking floor? She got the coins to do it. Remove the fucking floor and put another one the fuck down there. I mean, there won't even be no issue. I mean, ain't nobody gonna sit there and be able to tell that there's a body outside. And if she gonna come in there and she gonna throw, first of all, she gonna have to have some probable cause for them to go in there to even try to test. And there's just certain little things that I'm just sitting there saying she's threatening him on, but he's so dumb and he caves. And Jeffrey, once you decide that you're gonna stand up, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot backpedal. You can't do that motherfucking shit, man. Because that's just showing how fucking weak you are. Your words don't mean nothing to her. You stabbing her in her motherfucking goddamn implant don't mean shit to her right now. So like you said, she's still walking the fuck around. She didn't even really feel that shit. And yeah, either you gonna stand up to the bitch or you not gonna stand up to her. But I mean, this shit motherfucking shit got a motherfucking goddamn go. Now, the sad part about the whole episode, and I did not include this into the last part. Hannah was sitting there, leaving the hospital, and she sees. No, this is actually the next day, I think. I don't know. Was she leaving? I can't even remember, y'all, because I think she was in a different outfit or whatever. But she sees Quincy, little Quincy, and he said, "Grandma." And she said, "Hey, baby." She said, when am I coming home? I'm feeling better now. You know what? And Candace, I know that's your son. But there is no reason why in the world that y'all should let that little boy go back into foster care with another family. And I know that you got a lot of shit going on. And if you have to go back and get him later on from your mama, then you do so. But let me tell you something, baby. Don't put your son back into the foster care arena. He loves Hannah, though. And I'm just sitting there thinking, because like right now my mother is babysitting my great nieces and my great nephews. And I've seen them since they've been born. And now one of my 5-year-old, he's about to. When you become Uncle Ken, that's all you ever hear him sitting there saying. They being over home saying, we tired of hearing him say Uncle Ken. But when you have a child that actually loves you, don't sit there and let that child go into the motherfucking system and have to go somewhere else. And she couldn't even sit there and say goodbye to the boy and say, I'm going to come back to you. Now, Catherine wants Hannah to come over there that next day. Hannah, if you're going to sit there and play your card, you done been over backwards for this motherfucking white bitch. You have gone to go, you came over when she got the phone call from the cops, and she knew with them saying that Wyatt was probably dead. You have went to the hospital to see him. You have just been doing way too much for this bitch that you don't even work for no more, and you don't even and they did what they did to your kid. You doing way too much. But you play that motherfucking goddamn card, bitch, and have her use whatever influence that she needs to get so that you can get custody of Lil Quincy. And then, I might be on your side if you play your card down there. I'm not going to give away the previews for next week. Don't go the route that you plan on going next week. Not that route. You play the route of telling that bitch, I'm throwing in my favorite card right now. I need you to use your influence to make this happen for me. But, I didn't like the fact that Lil Quincy was up in there. And it would be a totally different story if he was like in a hospital bed and she was like, I'll come back later. This little boy was playing. And he's like, come on, Grandma, hurry up now. I'm ready. to hear a baby sitting there saying that, and you can't sit there and take him with you. I mean, that touched my soul. I mean, it really did. So anyway, I'm not. We're not going to stretch this one out as long as the other one. But so Candace and Erica is in the car, and they sitting there trying to figure out how they're going to sit there. What their plan is going to be. So she's going to sit there and try to meet and seduce David. Candace is going to continue to follow Oscar, but I do want them. First of all, I'm sorry. Oscar needs to come. I mean, needs to be brought down to his knees. And Jeffrey, man, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about Jeffrey. I really don't. Because I mean, I know he's gonna show his goofy ass up right back at her house and let it be any. You keep on. You can't be a scared ass bitch ass nigga all your life, Jeffrey. You done stood up to the bitch now. Keep it moving. Keep it going. I mean, come on now. She can only do but so much. And I know the bitch don't have no qualms of sitting there calling the police over there on your motherfucking ass. But you got to figure out how you going to handle that situation. And y'all know I get... If y'all don't know by now, y'all know when I get vexed. Because you see these lines right there? That's when I'm telling you. That's when I'm vexed. I mean, I'm telling you. You can tell I'm 45. Going on 70. But so they sitting there trying to plan this shit out, and I don't know how what they gonna actually be doing. But the last little scene, David told Benny, you know what, y'all just don't even fucking understand. How dumb can Benny motherfucking goddamn be? How dumb can Benny be? That motherfucker has got to be the dumbest, finest ass motherfucker, ignorant ass, bitch ass nigga that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And all I want you to do, Benny, is just take your motherfucking clothes off and don't say a motherfucking word. Just lay there. Just lay the fuck back. Don't even sit there and say, ooh, baby, let me do this. Don't say a fucking word, Benny. Just let me do everything. Because, Benny, that's all you good for. So David told him, be at the motherfucking goddamn yard in 3 hours. And Benny's there. So David, when he pops up in the campaign office and sees Oscar, he gets the piece from... Oscar said, you want me to turn on the phone line? He's like, hell, motherfucking no. This motherfucker's talking about he gonna hurt my son. And so he said, you got a clean piece on you? I said, yeah. He said, let me hold it. He said, are you sure you were? He said, nigga, I wouldn't ask you to let me hold it if I wasn't sure that I wanted it. He said, well, I'm going to go down here. He said, well, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to make sure everything's okay. He said, you'll hear from me in less than an hour. So he go down to the site. Benny like, nigga, I want my motherfucking phone on to put back on. And he's like, he said, first of all, don't you threaten my motherfucking son. He said, look, nigga, I ain't fucking with your wife no motherfucking more. So just turn my phone back on. And so then they get into this motherfucking bitch ass motherfucking tussle. And you know what, David? He's not motherfucking goddamn Jim, okay? But he gives Benny that little motherfucker. He can scrap. Benny can motherfucking scrap. So he's starting to get the best of David. So David gonna pull out the gun. Nigga, they sitting there shooting around, and then that's where it goes to fuck off. But even prior to all this, the whole thing that I need to be talking about was Quincy in the motherfucking jail cell next to motherfucking goddamn Jim. Jim at first acting like he ain't gonna motherfucking speak to him, cause he's still salty. He said, I knew I would see your motherfucking ass again. I mean, you gonna pay for what you motherfucking did to me. He said, nigga, please. You in the same spot I am. We both got these bars in between our motherfucking ass. You think that I ain't gonna be able to reach you? He said, I'm gonna get your motherfucking ass. He said, well, shit, motherfucker, you think you gonna get me? He said, you remember those motherfucking pictures that you took? Yeah, motherfucker, she ain't the only one that got copies of that motherfucking bullshit, niggas. You fuck with me if you want to. And there's several out there. So I'm sitting there, so he talking shit. So then he gonna sit there and say something. He said, motherfucker, first of all, I told you. I said, I would look out for you. But no, you gonna let that bitch take 7.4 million from you. He said, what? You said what? He said, she took $7.4 million from me. And he said, she's dead. She's dead. Which we already knew anyway. She was going to be dead because he thought she set him up anyway. But, so anyway, through talking, he said, well, how much money did you think she got? She said she took. He said, 400,000 at 0.4. Motherfucking Quincy. You fine as a motherfucker, but you keep on getting played by this motherfucking bitch. But she's my motherfucking bitch, though. But if you motherfucking, you got $2 million, bitch, who gives a fuck at this particular point in time? You wanted half of everything, bitch? Slow your roll. That's the reason why you're behind the motherfucking bars right now. Because you went too hard. You were going way too motherfucking hard. Either you should have just killed her or not. But now you're motherfucking ass behind bars. You sitting there making deals with somebody who's locked up still behind you. You think he's going to be a judge when he gets the fuck out? I don't know. And y'all, if he comes back out into motherfucking power when he gets the fuck out of jail, after he done been in jail as long as he has, there's some motherfucking crazy ass motherfucking shit in America. That's like motherfucking Donald Trump becoming president. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. And then y'all gonna sit there and work the motherfucking together. Nigga, you ain't getting the fuck out. You trusting this motherfucker who's sitting behind bars just like you are. He ain't getting out yet. And how he gonna have pull to get your motherfucking ass out? You just dumb. But anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. I hope this one comes through. I hope this one's a lot shorter, and I hope that y'all enjoy this one. But I'll be back next week. But Greenleaf was a letdown, y'all. It was a letdown this week. It wasn't good at all to me. All right, peace.